style ditties. I was watching him warm up and I was impressed. Very nice. Okay, so here's what he says about himself. I've been playing guitar for about 5 years now, and since joining the Songwriters Circle at the University of Washington, which gives you kind of a sense of his age, he's young, I have fallen even more in love with my writing, with writing my own stuff. I write songs with personal but abstract lyrics and guitar parts that do something to turn your head. Oh yeah, there you go. I have too many influences to name them all, but I love John Fahey, Leo Koch, American football, Elliott Smith, and the Mountain Goats. So with no further ado, here's Henry.
Thank you for the introduction. This first song is about one of those influences that I named, a guy called Leo Koch. He's sort of basically like a guitar hero of mine, and I wrote this as a little tribute to him. I hope you like it. Son, won't you come downstairs while you are still a kid? There's something you could do based on recent events. And how the basement smelled of dust and fatherhood. There's an album on the shelf where an armadillo stood. And it was humbly named 6 and 12 string guitar. When the record started, how it spun, how it flew. Oh, you took away my soul. If only I could borrow yours for a minute or two. And now I am reduced to a floating pair of ears. No room for other senses, deafness now or only fear. Became vampires, blocking out intrusive light, sucking dry the liner notes and shocked at what we'd find. In the middle of his soon, oh, Leo broke a string like a sunbeam breaks the clouds, barreling down. Leo, and they tried to take your axe. You pulled a knife out of your back like nothing ever happened. And still we listen to him paint against the walls, and the ink drips sound like rain, forms of painting in our brains. And the picture it reveals, his fingers moving wild, branches dancing in the wind, hyper like a child. Oh, and at some point, of course, yeah, the wind became too strong, branches breaking off, traveling on. Leo, and they tried to take your thumbs. You grew them back one by one like nothing ever happened. Fear came true, your ears damn near exploded, shook your body through and through. got discharged, your life all shriveled up. But then came drops of water, how you spun, how you flew. Leo, and they tried to take your soul, kept hanging on by a guitar string, ready to take on the world. Son, won't you come downstairs? I've not played in front of many people, I don't think. It's called Plasticine Heart. Once I was powered by a heart made of plasticine that's molding and folding, pressing and pulling the strings attached to my head, which is filled with wires that twist and spiral, become disarray. I short circuit, I am lifted by a giant who I didn't know I would later become. My ears are hot with the spirit of a gunshot as we exit this room and step into the great big unknown. Whenever I misbehave in the cave, I go punching and kicking, crawling the walls, who never showed anything. Isn't that something to be? Oh, stoic and stubborn, fixed to the dull earth. And I close my eyes till I see shapes that fly. Feel the door open with light that's as sharp as a knife. Open my eyes, my pupils are baptized. Now I can see that they see me a little differently. Thanks. This next one is one it's one I wrote about how people, especially guys, tend to struggle to be vulnerable sometimes. It's called Silent Boys. My best friend was a cryptid creature with a thick coat of irony covering up his chest. From being told to get over it, he was raised in hiding places. No one yelled all the oxen salty water, pictures of their grandfathers in a thick wood frame. In his gun had your mother's name, and he placed his scars in mason jars, added yeast to let them rise from the dead, let them live as wounds again. Extend your hand for me, retract those claws for you. Thoughts, heavy headlights flashing up and down your spine. Cryptid creature transform, cryptid creature transform. Take time to metamorphosize, let your flesh protect you. I promise you when you turn inside out, no one will regret you. And out your mouth, words will burst, trapped between your throat and your brain. I love you, I love you, I love you, I hope that's alright. He pushed out, sorry, one more time. He pushed out people picketing, protesting for their pride. Just fuel a constant beating in him that he called a life. And so-called sinners speed right past a stumbling status quo, digging God-shaped caves in pastors' hearts in search of a place to go. When God made the sky and the air, megachurch pastor got tired of sharing. Megachurch pastor, why'd you have to spare me? Oh, bastards burn on holy fumes, holier than wine. On this burning he is feasting, keeping holy walls uptight. And angels always ask for assistance with their ascent, but they get dry replies that you can do it in thick American accents. When God made the river and the sea, megachurch pastor gave no amnesty. Megachurch pastor, why'd you have to spare me? Is there a cross around my neck? Are there indents in my knees? Is it the color of my skin or the depth of the pockets of my jeans? Ah, geez, what is next? Oh boy, I gotta look at my phone to remember what the next song. Oh, city people just aren't the same anymore, armed with gasoline for the culture war. But I recall a certain urban beauty before the urban sprawl. Oh, the subway gave us freedom from the power lines and cranes. Felt so good to go so far but stay in the same place. But now they've torn it down and built a tunnel, so get used to caving in. And every time I go downtown, all I can do is rust, singing prayers for this dying city dawn till dusk. Oh, city people just aren't the same anymore, building bombs and rockets to afford the 7th floor. And I'm sure the view from up there looks real pretty with the nuclear orange moon. I'm feeling lopsided As the sidewalk meets its maker, and the highway screams in tongues as if begging for a savior, and every headlight beaming straight towards me is just a falling star. And without the stars above us, what can I compare us to? 'Cause I would die just like this dying city without you. Thank you. Let's run like there's no yesterday and find ourselves a home. We can barely walk on our 2 feet, but we can bend the laws of time. Let's feast like there's no limit to the cash we have to spend. We can barely pay our speeding tickets because all our money's fake. Don't freak out, this is all part of the plan. And don't be fooled by all the other songs I've penned. I am doing better than I've ever been. Oh, let's learn how to live our lives by observing one another. In the absence of a mentor, we'll take bus route 32. Let's read every dictionary to define our inner selves. In the absence of attention span, we'll give up and play by ear. But don't freak out, this is all part of the plan. And don't be fooled by all the other songs I've penned. I am doing better than I've ever been. I'm no chiropractor, but I've been bending over backwards, breaking my upper back and my lower back and my middle back too. To get this one thing through, that's don't freak out. Don't freak out, this is all part of the plan. And don't be fooled by all these changes taking place. I'm still the product of your kindness, generosity and grace. I'm the product of your kindness, generosity and grace. Caught between 2 cars on my way to your garage. Is that a drummer not in a band? No, it's just another mirage. And when I get there, I'll pretend my song was just as good as yours. When we finish up our sets, we'll say the funniest of words. Thank our fathers and our mothers, and we'll compliment each other with the highest praise, almost as if we could have played at CBGB's in a past life. Make an album before I die. And familiar faces filled up what we called a crowd. Every friendly glance a statement, every thank you is a crown. And the city's kings and queens live in a pink castle between our humble little basements, but they're all holy sights to me. When we sing our last confessions, when we scream our last goodnights, we'll have all the time to forever fantasize about CBGBs in the afterlife. I swear to God I'll never really die. Before I go with the flow of traffic, I swear I'll make it to the next one. I'll still be writing in this notebook after I fade into the sun. Before I go with the flow of traffic, I swear I'll make it to the next one. I'll still be writing in this notebook between the wind's arms, cradling me as I fall, a young leaf swaying back and forth before I reach the unforgiving ground. When I'm grounded, I'll be strong, or at least pretend to be. No, I'll fake it till I make it, God knows for how long.